possible to sweep away small pieces of jewelry if in case it was fallen in the ground. And that's like, what they refer to as luck being swept away. And she talks about how, they ran to traditional healers even before they
Mm.
visited the doctors. So all the stories, as Shifa community, we believe that these stories have to be captured because this will be a source to a community archive, right? So under institutions, as resource, we have identified there's one Anganwadi center in our community. We have 3 homestays and 1 unisex salon, 1 hotel, a small hotel, and 1 hotel management institute. And 2 nurseries, both have adopted organic farming. So, looking at this while doing this mapping, we came out with so many resources. And like under institution, we have also identified a shop where you can do the Xerox and printing machines is available there, because most of the people out here in the community do not have desktop and do not have printers at home. And under the third resource, that is the local products, we have products of organic farms, 2 farms that is present in our community, products like handmade soaps, local sausages, chips, paintings, and handmade flower vases and earrings. So I did not realize all this resources was there before doing this resource mapping. And under
Mm.
association, like we have identified Samaj. So Samaj is a registered body or a collective of people of the community for the community, where they address issues related to society, the community. For example, if there is a conflict or a quarrel between the 2 families in the community, they come up to Samaj, and Samaj is the one who takes over the case. So, and they look after many cases. For example, there was a
Mm.
recent case when one of the community member had needed a financial assistance for his operation, and Samaj took the initiative to do that. And also with the
Right.
funds that Samaj has collected from the community, they have brought big utensils and chairs. So like whenever there's a big gathering within the community, one do not have to buy chairs or utensils. They borrow it from Samaj and they use it from Samaj.
I
So
think, Nalini, these
yeah.
are actually wonderful ideas, and
Mhm.
it's also very inspiring the way you've been able to put together these enterprises and these people from very diverse, occupations and also backgrounds, and put them together to actually behave like a self-sufficient community, as you had
Mhm.
rightly mentioned and quoted Gandhiji's idea of self-sustenance as well, which also shows of how in times of crisis like these, they act as strong and strong units of resilience. So
Mhm.
I think it's a great micro process that one can look at as a self-sustainable functioning unit. But my final question, Nalini, to you is that again, drawing and deriving from your experience of resource mapping, stakeholder mapping,
Mhm.
and very very productively engaging women and different groups of young people to actually, I would say, scale down production and consumption at a local level like this, which Schumacher's understanding of small is beautiful. It also reminds me of that. So,
Mhm.
how do you actually propose that this could be actually replicated and scaled up to not just everybody across our country, but the planet takes up this kind of uh, you know it's a very very strong vision actually, and it's really the new normal that we want to move towards. It's not really the new normal that many perhaps would envision as something which is also there could be a different understanding of this new normal also in different
Mhm.
contexts and perspectives.
Mhm.
But if we would like this model to be scaled up
Mhm.
to the rest, then what is the roadmap that you would suggest? Because and at an individual level, what kind of um, actions should people pick up? What is
Uh-huh.
your
Yeah.
take on this?
Yeah. So like I believe, when if this Shifa community really works according to their objective and purpose with full of passion, this could be a model, as you said, Akriti. This could be a replica, used as a replica to, promote a community. So what I would like to take from, what I would like others to take from this is that Shifa community is based on, as I said, asset-based community development. So it is based on the resources, identifying resources and making the best use of resources in the community. For example, like I said, like we have 3 homestays, and each homestay does not have more than 2 rooms, Akriti. So we have just 6 rooms. But then, when the group requires more than 3 or 4 rooms, they can still take their booking and then refer to the other homestay. That is how you're going to help and utilize the resources within the community. And when these people come, they obviously look for the local products. So tourists will come and they would love to, then you give them an exposure about the local resources that is present in the community. I think this way, you will help community build within the community. And I think this will help, it will sustain, and this will, later on sustain. And of course, talking about small products or local products, small is beautiful, that is right. But we should also not focus that, our local products should someday go to the, our micro products should someday go to the macro environment. That is even more, that is very much important. So we need, as a community, we can, use our networks. We can identify network as one of the biggest resource. We can identify networks where we can reach out to the macro environment. We could do that.
I think that has been a very, very insightful conversation, Nandini. And if you have a last word in terms of how far are we from this envisioned new normal, the new normal that we want to achieve, what would you say? I mean, is it doable, or is it something that is going to just remain a dream because it's restricted to your area right now? But in Kerala also, we are hearing some beautiful examples, and in rest of the world again, there are some best examples to look at. But actually, the macro situation again seems very dismal, where we see people still relying on very, very complex, large supply chain capitalism, where people feel that the big is more sustainable, the big is where what we need to rely on. So just a last word, a last message in terms of, do you think it's actually doable to be replicated and scaled up to the at a level of the world?
See, Akriti, how far, firstly, addressing to how far we are from the new normal, it totally depends on like what you are doing and like what change you want to see in the society, like, or what change you want to see as an individual. For example, if you say that in the new normal, I want to quit smoking, for example, you can see that difference within a day or two, and that's your new normal. But then if you're talking about the major changes like developing a community, that's going to take the new normal will come maybe after years, or maybe after 2 years, or maybe even after 10 years. That's scary to say, but then yeah, you may never know when the new normal is coming. But another thing is also that before the new normal, there might be a possibility for another pandemic as well. We may never know, right? We may never know. The pandemic has hit us, unexpectedly, and it might hit us again. So, I don't know exactly when the new normal is going to happen, but like whatever it is, my message would be never waste a good crisis. This is the period of crisis, and never waste a good crisis, because this pandemic has given a new vision of ourselves and the impact each of us can create or make. And we need to use this crisis to reflect on what we are truly passionate about, what energizes us. This will give us the clue to have a happy and meaningful life in the post-pandemic, Akriti.
Thank you so much, Nalini. Pegam would love to extend our solidarities to Shifa community, a
Thank
beautiful
you so much.
initiative that you are running, and we draw inspiration, and we would like to partner further. And also,
Thank you.
we would look forward to speaking to you more on other areas of work of yours. For example, with tea garden workers, and you've already spoken on this issue of um, social taboos regarding, say, women and other aspects that you
Mhm.
and your, scholar community and networks are working on.
We would
So,
love to connect to you, Akriti, regarding that.
absolutely, yes. So that's the whole idea of Pegam, where we try to aggregate efforts at local, national, and global levels, be it of scholars, of activists, and organizations like yours. And with this whole idea on this post-pandemic new normal, we have been in through these Jan Pegams showing
Mhm.
different sectors how they've been affected, and how what could be the possible solutions. So next week at 7 p.m. we would be joining you again live with another fascinating and pressing issue, not just related to COVID-19, but many other issues that affect our lives very, very deeply. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. See you again next week. Thank you, Nalini, for your time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.